I reverse engineered how AI actually reads our prompt and got to know about prompt engineering, context engineering, and loop engineering, and what are the differences and what will be coming next. So stay tuned. In the video, I'll be telling you each one and decoding each one for you to get the better understanding of all three of it. And in this video, you're going to learn how to use it effectively for every scenario. So my name is Abhishek. I'm an AI engineer and I build AI and automation architecture and do system designing for companies. You might have heard about prompting 100 times, but nobody tells you what happens after you click enter. And this video will clear the whole doubt, but it used to happen earlier, how we have evolved till the time we are right now and what we are moving forward to. You have probably heard about prompt engineering hundreds of times, but nobody tells you what happens once you click enter. Why the agent hallucinate in middle conversation. And why the new AI tools don't wait for you to write the prompt. It just do the task. By the end of this video, you will understand this pipeline. Let's talk about the rule-based here, where you have to define each rule for everything the person would be typing into the chatbot. I'm keeping the example within the chatbot because it's easy to understand and to remember, because we all have some or the other place use chatbot in the internet. So what rule used to give? Rule used to define every single time. Let's say if you have said hi, it will every single time say hello. If you say how are you, it will say I'm fine. Always it will behave in the same manner. Then came the NLP, where it learned patterns, how to use patterns and give the response. But still it has no understanding. Then in 2017, we got attention is what we need. And we got introduced by Transformer. And what it used to do is, instead of reading text word by word, it used to give model the whole reading capability all at once. So what it does, it now have all reading capabilities. So it developed understanding by this process. And we know what ChatGPT 3 came with in 2020. And prompt engineering got introduced by ChatGPT 3 because at that point of time, it was really new. But how we move on to this now generation, we see a lot of things coming in between, like persistent memory and other stuff, which now give all the context to the AI, who we are, what we do, and what we exactly want. So ChatGPT now doesn't want your prompt every single time. And if you're using it for AI agent, it's still necessary. But again, currently we are talking about context engineering and loop engineering as well for the AI agents. I'm going to show you how those things also works. Here is the part nobody explains, right? That model doesn't read your prompt. It reads something else. Let me tell you how it happens and what it exactly looks like. So let's say you have given it a prompt. The prompt might be look like, hey, my name is Abhishek and I want you to give me a whole email for this company. I'm an AI engineer and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So what happens, model break down those things into tokens. For example, engineering might be engineer plus ing. And this is how it works. It breaks down into chunks. Each token is converted into list of numbers, representing its meaning in a high dimensional space. The main part is why we use the structuring, not just simple, which we want to give it to the prompt. People ask this question, why we don't use, hey, my name is Abhishek and this is this in a single line and give it to the AI agent. This is not how it exactly works. The instruction tuned model have learned patterns of what a good instruction, good answer pair look like. A clear role, task, format, and example prime the model towards the reason of its training data that matches well-answered structured request. Not because the model understands it better. The instruction which you are giving to it goes to its pre-training data, and it could be really useful to get the structured data out from it. With prompting, you can get the exact output format which you really want, which you can't do with general statement. So that is how the whole prompting works. But no matter how better is the prompt, model will only work with what's inside that context window at that moment. A flawless instruction with the wrong or missing fact still produces a wrong answer, and it would be doing it confidently. This is the place where the context engineering comes in. So let's talk about context engineering. Core idea behind context engineering is what it knows. Giving the model right information in the right moment, not the more information, the right information. Let's take an example of an open book exam. A brilliant student with the wrong textbook still fails, right? Context engineering is making sure that the right page is open every single time when they are looking for the answers. Let's say you have an AI agent configured, which have a rack, a lot of tools, and memory. The agent need to decide what it need to use every single time a query comes in. And you know what? A prompt is okay, it's fine. You are this, your role is this, you are doing this. But what about when to use what tool? Let's say you are using the retrieval. When to use retrieval? When someone asks for the older data, which might be there within the company documents. And that can be come through retrieval. But let's say if I ask a query, hey, I want to refund this product. No rag is required over there. It's a tool game. So That is how you have to configure it. AI agent might be having retrieval, tools, MCP, or memory, and you have to put proper instructions, proper context for how to use each tool, when to use retrieval, and when to use memory in specific times. An AI agent can take their decision on its own and can fulfill the task. Every single time when we are dealing with a multi-tool project or a project which is very demanding, so we might be having a lot of tools, a lot of things connected to it. At that point of time, we are not looking for a single response chatbot. We are looking for something which can look into our things repeatedly and can get the answers every single time when it runs. So the core idea behind loop engineering is how it repeats. The system that let the model act, check its own work, correct, and try again, instead of single one-shot answer. It will recheck the answer, it will get us the answer which we are looking for, and reiterate on its response until it gets us the right answer for our particular flow. The loop pattern works like this. It acts, it observes the result, it decides the next step, then repeat until the goal meet or a limit is hit. This will be something like a real employee working for you every single time without giving a prompt. And what you exactly need to learn is loop engineering. And if you are interested in learning the loop engineering, you can comment down below and I will make a specific video about loop engineering in coming time. So let me recap it real quick. Prompt engineering, what you ask. Context engineering is what it knows. And loop engineering is how it keeps trying until it's right. Most people stop at layer 1, and this is not where you should stop as well. You should understand the context engineering and the loop engineering as well for the projects coming in the future and be future ready. Hopefully see you in the next video. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe it and put what is your favorite loop engineering movement or prompt engineering movement, what you have faced and what was a weird thing which you have faced with the AI agent. See you in the next video.